I also feel at the same time that as a pastor, as a minister, as a follower of Jesus Christ, it's malpractice if I don't speak about current events from time to time, things that shape our lives, things that cause us to do the things that we do, whether they are mainstream or not. My faith proclaims that God does not remain distant from human suffering. The incarnation, that season that we're in right now, in the incarnation, God takes on human flesh in the person of Jesus Christ, declaring that every human life, without partiality, as we heard from the Acts of the Apostles today, without partiality, that every human life is worth dignity and deserving of protection. Bodies matter, lives matter, and what God assumes, flesh, God honors without exception. But that truth compels me to speak plainly today as we continue to grieve the things that are going on in our world, especially the shooting that took place in Minneapolis this past week. When violence is carried out, especially by agents of authority, it demands more than prayers alone. It demands truth, accountability, and a sober reckoning with how power is exercised in our common life. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry said it clearly: this is our moment to face a whole lot of hate with a whole lot of love. For people shaped by the incarnation as we are, love is not silence, it's not avoidance, and it's not denial. Love insists that every life be treated with dignity. Love demands transparency, restraint, and justice. Love refuses to allow fear or hatred to determine whose lives are protected and whose are placed at risk. Love takes to the streets, and love demands. The incarnation stands in judgment over systems and practices that normalize violence or excuse it as inevitable. God with us does not hover over human pain. God stands with the wounded, the grieving, and for those who cry out for and demand change. In Jesus Christ, God knows what it is to be overpowered by the machinery of human fear and control and exposes it for what it is. At the same time, the incarnation calls us towards hope and responsibility. We're not condemned to repeat the same cycle. We're called to build a community where accountability is real, where human dignity is non-negotiable, and where the use of force is never detached from moral restraint. We are called to form God's kingdom here on earth. We commit ourselves to facing human hatred with love that seeks justice, truth, and peace, not as abstractions, but as concrete lived realities.